Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please turn on the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Let's get into it. What we're going to talk about, we talk about celebrity news, celebrity gossip, what's going on IG and Google, fair use, copyright disclaimer, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And thank you for your love and support.
So don't forget to like, to comment, but be kind, and also turn on the notification bell. Don't forget, the best way to support the channel is to like, comment. You could do that for free to help our page out. So let's get to it. Monique Samuels is speaking out in regards to the divorce rumors from a year or two ago. They've been together longer than I thought. Monique Samuels opens up about filing for divorce from Chris Samuels after 11 years of marriage. Now, mind you, I just did a video of Chris Samuels in the gym working it out. He looks totally different. You talk about revenge body. He don't even look like the same guy at all. So they've been trying to go back and forth and counseling, different things. I'll let her explain of what's been going on with them. But well wishes, like I mentioned before, separation's not easy. Divorce isn't easy. Trying to do whatever you can for the family isn't easy. You know, they have 3 children. That's what she's talking about. And when you feel that the relationship is not working anymore, you have to move on and grow. So let's listen in on what Monique had to say.
So I actually filed back in April 14th. We had a mediator like throughout this whole process. And when we felt like we got to a point where it was like, okay, we pretty much on the same page with moving forward with things, I did go to the courthouse and file. So a lot of information that was like put out there, it was put out there, number one, while I was on vacation. I was on a meditation retreat in Costa Rica. So I was in Costa Rica minding my own Black business. And
because people talked about her being on vacation at a retreat when it got announced. I don't know who put it out. And I don't think she mentioned who put out that they were getting divorced. A lot of times, couples that are married, they don't really want to get a divorce. That means 2 different households, 2 different situations. It takes a lot to go through divorce, and she'll tell you why.
That was like put out there. It was put out there, number one, while I was on vacation. I was on a meditation retreat in Costa Rica. So I was in Costa Rica minding my own Black business, and I was on a meditation retreat. So, you know, whether you're the person who seeks the divorce or the person that was asked for the divorce by the other person, either way, the process is very stressful. It's like going through a death, you know, in so many ways. Chris and I have been together for 17 years. We've been married for 11 years. Yes.
Did y'all know they've been together for 17? I didn't know that. I thought it was 10, 12. I didn't know it was 17 years and I'm married for 11. But well wishes, she's explaining everything. I have to stop it, play it. Everyone knows how YouTube works. We have to kind of interact with what's being said, and we have to give our reaction and review. I'll let her continue.
The process is very stressful. It's like going through a death, you know, in so many ways. Chris and I have been together for 17 years. We've been married for 11 years. Yeah, somebody said at the reunion, so y'all talking about Love and Marriage DC. The reunion, that many people believe the reason you did the show was to set up a divorce to Chris. You both laughed, yet here you are. I hope you both find peace. Yeah, so just because we were going through it last year, which we were, last year was very rough. When we were going through our emotions and we were trying to figure things out, the goal was not to get divorced. That wasn't where we were last year. Like, even when people said last year that we were going our separate ways and all of that, Chris and I were trying every which way to figure out, like, how do we get that connection back? How do we bring it back together? And so even at that time, it wasn't true. Like, we weren't seeking a divorce. We were separated in a sense of like, okay, you focus on you, I focus on me, and let's see what happens. So we have been going through this process, and it's been years, you know, like marriage, as many people know, it has its ups and downs, but you get to a point where you feel like you've reached that moment of like, you know what, are we growing? You know, are we stagnant? Are we moving? Like, what's going on? And then you also have to consider the fact that we have 3 children, you know, who are watching us.
And that's the one thing that I don't think people think about. When you have children, you have to consider the children, their feelings, how they feel about the separation of mom and dad not taking trips together, mom and dad not waking up together, mom and dad not in the car, you know, taking us to school, mom and dad not helping us with homework. Single parents have it. They deal with a lot, you know, and I feel for her, but I get why she's speaking out. And it might be because everybody was like, all right, Chris, looking totally different. He ready for his new bae and boo. She didn't speak out before the Chris video. I posted it because I was happy that he has been losing weight. He has been focusing on himself. Like she said, they've decided to focus on themselves. Anytime you go through a show, everybody's already said, if you want your marriage to last, allegedly don't go on a reality show. It will break your marriage up. You'll have situations. I'm wondering how many marriages have broke up from Bravo and just reality shows, period. I'm wondering what the number is. So I'll let her continue.
Children, you know, who are watching us. Our actions and how we interact with each other, how we run our household, that is literally an example for our children of how they're going to live their life, you know? And I don't want our children to ever be in a relationship where they feel like they're not being heard, whether that's on my side or Chris's side, you know, talking at each other, like the marriage becomes like a battlefield. So you get to a point where you also have to consider the fact that we have 3 little people that are literally looking at us, and they're taking notes, and they're like, okay, this is what's normal, and it's not normal. So that's where we are. You guys don't have to be sorry. It's just a part of life. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. Some people stay married forever. Some people don't. My parents were married for 23 years and got divorced. I know couples that have been married for 60 years and they're miserable. And they literally let their whole life just fade away, you know? So it's really what you make it. And if you get to a point where you're like, you know what, we have grown so far apart that it may be best that we focus on ourselves individually and then focus on the 3 important people in our lives, which is our children. And that's what we decided to do. Chris and I are going through a divorce. I was not planning on sharing this information until it was finalized. So I actually filed back in April 14th. We did.
So well wishes to Monique, to Chris, to their family. Prayers go out to them. Like I've said before, separation, divorce are not easy. It takes a toll on the family. It takes a toll on the kids. And they're doing the best they can. She mentioned she wasn't even going to mention it until after it was finalized. Now, some of these other women, housewives, have been mentioning it, talking about it. They've been sharing it. They've been talking about it. You know, hopefully Kim and Croy are able to kind of get it together. But think about all these housewives that's gotten divorced. Kim and Corey going through divorce. Eva and Mike are going through a divorce. Cynthia and Mike went through a divorce. Kenya and Mark Daly going through a divorce. Who else? Drew Sidor is going through a divorce. Bravo needs to really evaluate what's going on. And maybe that's why Bravo's going through what it's going through, because they need to be focused more on family environments, family bonding, family time. It's sad, but true. No one can say going on a reality show don't affect marriages. It does. Chris and Monique are the example of it affects you. She went on a different show and it didn't make it any better. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she was on, let's see, she was on The Real Housewives of Potomac, and then she was on Love and Marriage DC, like a year or 2 later, you know? So if you're already having concerns in your marriage, it's going to show up in the cameras. Your thoughts, your feelings. You show up one place and your husband's not there. But well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Everyone, focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's strong in mind, body, soul, and spirit. Everyone, have a great day.